Let's take a break for a second, you know, your references. But anyways, Epileptic Kid down here on the Phantom Lancer. That's the one to me that feels like he's going to need to be that like strong stalwart force, keeping back and setting the tempo. And I'm just not sure if he's going to come online quickly.
I mean, this was one of his like big heroes where he first started popping off too, though. Like when he was like standing in for some of the teams and just showing up, and you're like, okay, this guy's very good. So if there's any hero that he knows like inside and out, I feel like it's probably the PL. But I do want to compliment this Team Secret draft though, because I think this is one of those things that comes into play from like the long-standing experience where like sometimes having played Dota for so long can almost be like annoying because like you get legitimately confused in terms of patches and mechanics because so many things are like flip-flop back and forth over time. But you do have the benefit of the experience of like these classic Tinker lineups. And this is like when Tinker was in his heyday, this is like the most classic Tinker lineup ever. You have the Hawks to TP to, right? Your Boots of Travel, you start zapping people. You have supports that have really long control elements so that you have time to Boots of Travel in on a creep wave and then initiate based off of their initiation anywhere on the map in the Earthshaker and the Bane. It's pretty nasty.
And to me, the other thing about it that feels just like it's another good reason why it's a Tinker game is there isn't that hero to really find it, you know? You're going to need to pick up like Shiva's guards or stuff like that to get the extra vision. It's potentially going to be tough. Yeah, you've got little things like Doppelganger being able to scout out inside the trees once the PL gets those levels up in it and things like that. But it's not that Storm, it's not the Zeus, the Spectre, like that hero that can just spot where he's at and then try and hunt him afterwards.
Yeah, an actual counter. It's always nice versus these Tinker players. But I do like what you said about the Razor though, with like the Shiva's guy. Like Yule Shiva's probably gonna be pretty important in this game for FN.
Beware,
and I'm sure there'll be a little bit of pressure there as well to DM and try and find that pick off on Denisha.
Yeah.
Benefits though, I mean, we've talked like all about Secret's draft being like this incredible thing that's like GG. They do have heroes that can invade like relatively early. I think like Razor was one of those heroes that we saw a lot in like the giant stacking metas where teams would kind of invade into the enemy jungle and fight around stacks and stuff around level 6. He's not quite as good at it now because like the way they've reworked Storm Surge and everything, but maybe we're gonna have to see VP Prodigy try and like use that aggressive vision to get in there and bust up Nisha early.
Yeah, they're going to need to, because otherwise it's going to be really, really hard to play this game if the Tinker does manage to get super duper farmed. Puppy here just going to be blocking out that whole camp as well after contesting for the initial ones. And Zai is getting a little bit aggro down here on the bottom lane. It feels like he's going to be able to kind of sustain being a bully pretty consistently on this Beastmaster with Puppy in tow.
Yeah, Puppy's there to help out in case things go like awry at all, and then he still has the Orb of Venom and the Ring of Protection too, so he's trading really well with someone like this Oracle, especially when Oracle's only like level 2. Doesn't really get that scary till level 3. Mid lane, we only have 1 point in the laser, and already has 2 in the marches, but FN's still hurting. Has a salve though, so at least that means that he's probably aware that Nisha's not saving points for the rockets. That kind of used to be like a little bit thing with Tinker where like they weren't sure if they were going to go for the march or whatever in case they could try and go for a solo kill.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I guess that could be partially because FN has less avenues to try and spam out the wave. Actually going for a it was a 2-1-0 build, but now it's going 2 points up in the static link. And just to make sure that FN can't get that link on him continuously and dive in.
Yeah, the march is great for that. Because if you think about like the rockets are just a one hit and then it's like, okay, this is over. I can still chase him down with my link. But when you throw down the robots like that, that's a continuous, like if you're going to keep chasing me, you're going to be taking a ton of damage from my march of the machines. So it works out. If it can defend you and let you farm faster, that's going to be the optimal build for a Tinker player. Epileptic Kid gets forced all the way back. They have 1 salve left there on Ein. And 3 tangos too, so they're gonna salvo Epileptic Kid. Puppy's looking for him. You really wanted to cancel that.
Such luck. And Zai gets another deny here. 17-4 right now. Having a really good time on this Beastmaster. Should be off to a hot start. We'll see what VPP can kind of do to deal with this. Already surging Beastmaster a little bit. Puppy's gonna head over towards mid, it looks like.
4 minutes.
And it's an invis up top. So no luck there for the Puppy guy. And instead it's going to be Nisha that should get the invis rune, although it doesn't really have bottle yet. So yeah, it's going to be fine here.
Invisibility!
Takes it. It's off on his merry way.
I have not talked about top at all, but that's because nothing's really been happening. DM just like slowly pushing in the creep wave and farming. Matu trying to hold it back and keep it as close to tower as he can. And nice little tip over to save as he does get the pull off. Oh, and that's a lot of regen coming down bottom. Nice play there from Puppy.
Almost got a second one too. Oracle had to run his courier back. Puppy's still chasing. You're not gonna catch that guy, buddy. So he decides to return back the other direction again. And yeah, so far, you know, in spite of the Tinker being able to keep the Razor off of him, the CS score is pretty heavily into the favor of FN right now. It's 24 and 13 above the Tinker, who is not really increased the CS that much at all. 16 and 3.
Yeah, the March is good, but he doesn't really have the best mana sustainer and like constantly spam it every single time the Link's out. I mean, the Link is 65 mana, the March is 150, so it's not going to go that well for him over time if he doesn't purchase that like a super early like Soul Ringing or something. And he's working on it now. It's hard to like get those last hits with the March when you have such high damage on the enemy hero. Like it's so easy for FN to get those denies.
Well, and you can see Nisha picks up the bottle. He stacked up that medium camp one time. Probably is going to try and lay down a March of the Machines here that, well, I don't know. Maybe he just needs to wait on it. He's going to fill up his bottle off the bounty run instead.
Smart money.
So we'll watch those stacks and how it goes. But so far, it feels like VPP have kind of come up with a decent answer in the laning stage.
Yeah, that's coming in. He's like, are you stacking? What's going on?
Yeah, that's big. Look, he's going to come take this. This is great.
Yeah, this is what Razors used to do all the time. But again, it used to be so much better when it was like the passive damage on the passive.
Right.
The ulti.
Oh. Does just use the ulti as well as one more of the plasma fields to clear that one out. Nisha's gonna have to back out and find some more else to farm up as top lane save. And if
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
Punches first blood goes down bottom though, where Zai dies before they manage to take save, and now a second one as Ayn is also
on DM up top too at the same time.
He's going down again, so 4 kills.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2.
Barely able to get out of that
Double
one
kill.
himself, as he's taking a lot of damage.
Now, that's kind of rough because we're talking about how you want to be bringing these heroes towards the mid lane too to help out versus Nisha. And like, sure, it's been going really well for FN so far, and now he has the ulti, so he's got that passive damage going, which is going to let him invade a little bit better and also just like keep shoving out this wave and play forward. But he still wants some friends because you can't just like go up there completely alone right now. And if you're losing those side lanes, they're going to be less inclined to actually come mid and assist you, and they're also just going to be less powerful allies to have at the same time. So if I'm FN, I'm just like, all right, guys, I need you to figure out these side lanes here.
Right? Yeah, be a little bit better. Just make it happen, guys. Come on now. I mean, at the same time, you still have Epileptic Kid that's up at the top of the net worth, but like you said, he's not going to be that one that rotates in. He needs to be other people instead. And Nisha, after spamming out the marches, he did build up a double stack over there on the medium and hard camp back in his own jungle. So could go and clear those ones out if he wants to. It looks like that's going to be his idea.
Yeah, FN's pinging it too because he knows he's over there because he warded when he went over onto the eastern part, so they're bringing the room. This is perfect. This is exactly what you have to do. FN is drawing the line.
Killing spree.
Even if he doesn't get here in time for this, he's at least getting the XP. Who cares if DM dies? He's alone versus 2 heroes. No one cares. This is what matters, guys. This is the Tinker. This is the win condition.
Dude, they're doing it. This is amazing. This stuff from VPP. You talked about like the sort of strength and ability to know this combo, and Puppy playing with a ton of experience, but FN's been around before. He's played it against a lot of these Tinkers. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, I do. I actually think Razor's like one of the best heroes for this, so it's kind of funny that like the Tinker gets counterpicked into that, but even though Razor doesn't do that much versus Tinker for like the whole game, when he's trying to do these stacks and these early invasions, there's not a lot of heroes better than Razor, I feel at least.
Wow.
I mean, other than like Monkey or something, I guess.
Yeah, but who plays that hero? Nobody.
No, I mean, we don't play him like every second game or something.
All right, DM heads up top again, just soak up some more XP away from Tumbleman. Yeah, a little bit of a reset of the game, but so far, definitely not the way that Secret wanted this early going to go. But you're waiting for that later stage. Once you start to get your levels up on the Tinker, obviously boots of travel and everything else, and that's when he really starts to come into his own. But VPP, what's going to be their goal besides just invading the jungle? Like, are you trying to set an early timing of taking towers around ultis? What do you think they're looking to do?
I think they just want to help out DM for a little bit. I think he needs to like get off the ground so that, because like the better the Centaur is right now, the easier Epileptic Kid's life's going to be. Because if he can just like make space across the whole map as a Centaur Warrunner and Razor combo, that's going to give the entire bottom half over to F Kid on the PL. So I think just ensure that DM's not like totally shut down. In fact, he's even going to get the mid lane right now as they're chasing
Radiant's bottom tower
Nisha once again. Attack. They do have this observer ward up on the high ground spotting FN's movement, so there is potential for counterplay, but FN also knows that Yapsor's there as he just watched him steal that outpost back. So they're controlling both right now.
Radiant
Prodigy maybe going to try and make a decision here. They're going for the top one. They're going to rotate in Puppy as well. They want to defend this top outpost.
Yeah, and they have only DM to come and take it now. So one Nightmare stops that pressure entirely. And I mean, with Earthshaker nearby, they're not going to be able to get it afterwards either. So both outposts going the way of Secret. Nice reaction there by them as they took advantage of that timing. And Puppy with a haste rune. Nice. Run on in there, snatch it away. You like to see it.
Yeah, we also had the PL and the Tinker battling out of the bottom one, waiting to see what was going to spawn too.
Radiant's bottom
and now they're going to hold that other rune there for Nisha. So he can farm all this up, use his bottle, go down, snag the other bounty. And they're going to start pressuring in that bottom lane with the Beastmaster like he likes to do, but the counter pressure is also happening up top with the catapult wave. VP Prodigy will start migrating to the northern part of the map here.
Dire's structures are fortified.
What if freaking let you rearm Trusty Shovel? Could you imagine?
Mark money. Support Tinker would definitely be a thing.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
That would be the worst.
Game over.
Radiant are scanning.
Bots out Yapsor right in the mid lane, but immediately Puppy, Nisha, inside all show up together.
Radiant
nearby able to steal the war though. Now the turnaround could come as the Stampede's already been used, looking for an opening with the false promise out. They find it onto the Troll Warlord, trying to control it. But it's not done. It's a lot of damage out on Matumble, but he gets the ulti off in time. It's still going to be the death of Matumble Man, but it comes a little bit later, and that might buy enough space for the rest of his team to get out of there.
Yeah, it's exactly at least. Ensuring that they didn't get the full chain he's done down. Excellent steal there from Save. And so that's going to be a really good smoke opportunity when that refreshes back up for him.
Big stuff. Still, though, a 2,000 gold lead for Secret, even after losing Troll. And I guess that's just more efficient use of the map, making sure that they clear through these camps continuously. As much as we were praising the ability of VPP to break down that initial farming from Nisha, they haven't been able to do it again since then.
I mean, it kind of reminds you of the Alchemist problem, right? Where everyone's just like, oh my god, why just gank his jungle? The game's so easy. Like, just go kill him. And then you play these games where you feel like you kill the Alch like 4 times and you zone him out of his jungle and still he just has like a 13-minute radius instead of an 11-minute one. And you're like, oh, thank goodness. But yeah, it is tough. I think like controlling that top outpost would have been maybe a way for them to try and counter that a bit more. But at the same time, they just like migrated south, and then they're also fighting versus these hawks and boars and just a lot of early game units here that are very strong for Team Secret in contesting this jungle space. Yeah.
It's really nice. I think that that's sort of the game plan. But a smoke up here comes, and Save. Matumble Man again. Is it in range? Gonna find that long duration disable and a death. Beautifully played by VPP.
Will fall like rain.
Yeah, kind of lock in Nisha to just that top half. I mean, all of his stacks are just so good, though. Like, even though he's been pretty well confined over the past little bit to just here, with the constant stacking and everything, it doesn't really feel like it's slowing him down. And there are some raiding cores ahead of him, though. And they were able to do that to play with just 3 heroes. So he had a couple guys just like smoking to the side, or rather farming on the sides. Well,
you know, what's interesting is we're going to see Secret try and pressure this tier 1 tower mid lane. It's really hard to stop this by Virtus Prodigy. But the other thing is that, like, with all the Radiant's able to find DM, save their second though. They're bringing in the Yapsor, bringing in the Tinker as well. Ines to get the hell out of there. He will get caught for a second, but is able to walk away. Man, I gotta hold my thought. Like, action just keeps on going, it feels like, in these games. But what I was gonna say is that it feels like with all the nerfs to boots to travel recently, Tinker's like the one hero that kind of remains removed from those nerfs. The fact that he can actually be all over the map now.
Yeah, for the most part, it's not too bad for him. I mean, we had a little bit of like way too many TPing heroes. Like the old boss were completely busted. Like Boots is traveling and then TPing as well.
Dire's bottom
and now they're coming back
tower
again. They
is
still
under
have that same hawk behind the tower that's allowing these
tower
big
is
missiles
under
to come out
attack.
on these fireback supports, just like Iron being hit with it right now. And unfortunately, I think they're out of sentries. This is again another reason why this Beastmaster combo is so good with the Tinker.
You can't even get in a position where you want to try and
middle
contest. So
tower is full.
they take the mid tier 1
Dire's
tower.
bottom tower
That is the
is
second
full.
tier 1 tower taken by Secret now at 14 minutes. As they're keeping the pressure on.
This Tinker lineup is so good. Like, I love these games where you have the Bane and the Shaker. I just think they're like such fantastic heroes with Tinker. And like the Beastmaster, again, same reasoning with the Hawks and everything. But another thing they do is that they facilitate early towers, and then that early tower gold going into your supports is just so good. I mean, Secret are kind of an exception because they're also just really good at getting Yapsor gold anyway. But some teams that struggle to like really designate enough space for their position 4 players, they kind of rely on tower gold a lot, right? So that can be difficult when you're trying to like play defensive and hold this area in the jungle for your Tinker, but when you have these good pushing heroes kind of move in like that and apply pressure with the Tinker, it can really help out your supports of that tower gold.
Oh, they are definitely getting enabled. Maybe less so than they would have, I think, in some other games because the Tinker's just soaking up every lane's farm. So Yapsor is only halfway to his Blink Dagger. Whereas I feel like sometimes this guy just gets it at like 12 minutes because he's a monster. As over to the side, Puppy puts Save to sleep for a moment.
Just got Fiends.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Puppy had gas, I think, I guess.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder
what
if
were you doing the last 2 minutes, Puppy? That's a 2-minute cooldown.
Radiant's bottom
That's
tower
insane.
is under attack.
DM finds it a little funny
Dire's
too.
top tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know.
Radiant
so I wonder if they
structures
even
are
know that he
fortified.
got that though, because Puppy was running away when it happened. He might not have realized.
I think he nightmared him and he would have clicked him, so he would have.
Double damage.
Pretty sure. I hope so. Okay, they had a ward up top, so they definitely know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a pretty brutal steal. And he's another smoke ready, and you know he's excited. In fact, he's correctly predicting. That's Epikid actually saying that, I think they're coming right here. So if you guys want to fight, that's where you should go. I'm going up here.
Right.
As DM draws a nice little safety zone for their PL on the minimap.
Well, it looks like they're actually not deciding to smoke up yet. FN needs to push this wave one more time. Maybe they're saying that they want to fight up in that side of the map. Yeah, there's a TP over. Nisha. Ooh. Careful, careful.
Well, I mean, he can just DP.
I guess that's fair. That's a good point.
He's not really scared. Unless the Centaurs get him.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, get the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Secret
Radiant's
back behind the
bottom
tower
tower
here.
is under
DM trying to
attack.
hold on to it for the moment. Still a little bit of, feels like a ceasefire between
Dire's
these two teams
top
while
tower
everybody just
is under
farms up into
attack.
that next set of items. But you'd think that they'd want to make use of this Fiend script in the near future here by the Rubik. They going in on him? Okay. Buffy has Fiend script. They use Roar first. Control is out. And
Dire's
has
top
the false
tower
promise
is
that
under
keeps him
attack.
alive. Immediately, they back out of there.
That was smart by Puppy, just like not bothering with the Fiend suit because he doesn't know the positioning of the Oracle. Because they didn't have like a really deep hawk behind the tower or anything. So you don't want to waste Fiend's grip and just see him get saved right instantly.
Claw picked up for Beastmaster. Might pass that one over to the Troll pretty soon here because he currently does not have a neutral item.
Now here's the smoke in the mid lane. Ready with the grip.
Who do they find? They don't have great vision right now. And you can see, it feels like Secret know that this is coming. They're saying way far back.
There was a hawk here, and it kind of saw a lot of that movement through, so...
Dire are
Yeah,
scanning.
there's a scan right on top of them.
Wow.
They know.
All right, heads up play there. And with that, they're going to just try and pressure mid, it looks like.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There is a sentry down in the mid, though, so if he tries anything too crazy...
Grip onto Oracle. They got him caught. Control is there, and the damage coming from Tinker is more than enough. They lose Iron.
6 seconds is a lot of time for Tinker. Does not matter how far away he is.
Radiant's bottom tower
That is going to be
is
a
under
lot of
attack.
damage to help out.
State. Peel picks up another shawl now. So that's a super value item against Tinker. against this whole team, kind of.
Yeah, Nisha's going for it very early. I was kind of wondering, like, do you even need anything else before the eggs? I couldn't think of anything, so I'm fine with this right away. It's just like such a good counter to the Phantom Lancer. If you guys haven't seen that one in a while, it's one of the items that's double. As well, we'll save that for after because they're going to use the diffusal on the Zai, and that's a quick pick.
Radiant's
Still have to
bottom
turn it though,
tower
but
is
he
under
will
attack.
eventually go down nonetheless.
Do not stand against
But yeah, it affects both your missiles as well as your lasers, so it's pretty sweet. It gives you the more missiles up to 4 when you have the scepter, and then your laser also bounces. So it refracts between all visible enemy heroes within the range of what is the scepter range? Refract radius of 400. It can just keep chaining.
Yeah. Which is, for anybody out there, roughly the size of a black
Radiant's
hole.
bottom tower
the radius
is
of a
under
black
attack.
hole. So it's pretty big area. GM moves in, gonna tank through this tower for a little bit with the heals coming in from Oracle afterwards. He should
Radiant's
be able to take
bottom
this one
tower
down
has
without
fallen.
too much trouble.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As
They have Rourke.
Dire's
Saves also
structures
here.
are fortified.
I mean,
Oh yeah, hey. Oh no, he can hawk off.
okay, good reaction. Zai covering his abilities. And FN still taking a lot of damage underneath this ward. This is going to be continued rockets for a while. FN's in a trouble. Keeping that vision, trying to bring it down. Epileptic hit. They get stunned actually by the land from telekinesis. They will eventually bring down DM, but this slow and steady burn down from Nisha destroys them. Epileptic hit is dead now.
Oh my god, I can't wait how much damage Nisha did here.
This is insane.
There's under a ward and a hawk flying there too. Oh, let's see, 3,363. Look at like his level compared to everyone else is just so easy for the Tinker.
He did more damage than the entire Radiant team. Like, and I think that this is that feeling that you almost forget when you haven't played against Tinker in a while, like how brutal it can be with a full mana pool and a Kaya on Tinker.
Roshan has fallen to the
This is
down.
why you need those game
Dire's top
counters
tower is under
for the
attack.
Tinker. Not just like the lane, not just like the early game. As cool as the Razor Invasion stuff is, it's so hard to like have a sizable impact with that. I
Dire's
definitely
middle
slowed him
tower
down
has
compared to like
been
a super
denied.
free Tinker game, but now is where we're talking about the Storm Spirits or the Nyx Assassins or the Spectres, you know, those heroes that just make the Tinker feel unplayable. Now they have to try and
Radiant
itemize their way
are
towards that, and
scanning.
it's just so hard to do. They're thinking about a Blink Dagger for FN, that's a pretty good solution. DM's gonna try a Lotus Orb as well for some reflection possibilities.
The BKB is nice, definitely. My personal favorite is just going like Blade Mail or something and making him really sad. Wouldn't mind seeing DM maybe go for that. You can see DM, I mean, he just has to pop Stampede to get out of there. Otherwise, he's dead. There's no way you can get away from this like continued aggression. And
After on the troll.
yeah. Oh. Careful, careful. Zai is gonna run away. So Tinker had the Bloodstone queued up, but instead now, I think that's an Aether Lens coming out to him? Or is
Radiant's
it the full
bottom
Bloodstone?
tower is under
Where the hell
attack.
is
He had the Ags queued up, and then he bought a Kaya, and now he just bought the Aether. He's like, okay, I can just delay this Agnes.
What's up, man? He's gonna have to pop both here in just a second if he wants to survive, or he can just pop the Aegis. Okay, Nisha jumps in. And then with the BKB, do they have enough damage to bring him down? Starting to burn through this Tinker. He hides out through the trees. Hook stomp for the finish. They take him down. Disarmed for the moment. They will lose that Razor. Now trying to get away and buy a little bit of space. They killed one, but can they turn it? Epileptic shows up onto the troll, burning him down. All that mana is gone. And with that, he's not going to be able to cast his ulti anymore. Already used it and dead.
Damn.
3 gone.
Today's a boss. I definitely would have just Fisher to block my Oracle and save him and like cut us both off from the troll, but he just Fisher to stop for a second and keep the troll locked in instead, knowing that DM was coming with the Blink Dagger. Matu, that's quite a few deaths dropping now, up to 3.
Big plays coming from Virtus Prodigy. I will say that like some of that probably is down to Nisha TPing in like right on top of the Razor. That was kind of a freebie for Secret, giving it away to Virtus Prodigy. Felt like
a 10-second BKB as well.
Yeah. Bottom lane, DM. Well, he's gonna get pummeled, but won't get killed. And I boldly going for a boar. I guess he's not that afraid of the Tinker right now. Apparently, Nisha Stolen rockets, save, throws it back at him. Puppy looking for the grip. They can chase forward for this if they want. Save, chase, but epileptic kid on top of
Dire's
Nisha.
top tower is under attack.
Puppy now gonna be
Killing
also
spree.
controlled, denies
Double
the DD
kill.
rune, but that's a double kill for PL.
Oh no, the Razor. You got echoed.
They kill him off at least, but that's 2 back-to-back very questionable deaths from Nisha.
She's getting a little wily here, it
Dire's
seems.
top tower
Now
is under
he's queued up
attack.
the tome. This is what you get. Coffee, you baited me into that. That tome is mine. Solid punishment, I think.
Yeah,
Radiant's
definitely.
bottom tower is under attack.
The kid finds Yapsor. Stolen fissure. No, got Chant Totem off the time. Yapsor, yeah, he's
A
dead.
dominating
So
performance.
things kind of going off the rails over the past couple minutes. I think that death isn't nearly as bad. But nonetheless, Virtus
Radiant's
Prodigy
bottom
starting to
tower
find their
is
feet in
under
this
attack.
game. And that's what they need to do.
Tinker?
What?
I think he just got scouted. Oh, okay, they're not going to get there in time. I saw the courier was on him. Maybe they were going to get something. But yeah, I think them playing and getting that Aegis was pretty important because that looked like a super good timing for Secret to just start playing like really aggressive and trying to just like chip away at you, right? Because if you're able to just like chip at the towers and force an initiation of the Virtus Pro, it's going to be a lot harder for you when they're sitting there with the Aegis on Matu. Because by the time you break the Aegis, you're usually at like half HP, right? From all this vision and rockets and spam constantly. But instead, they forced this super scrappy fight. And it's on the dire side of the map, but it still went decent enough for VP Prodigy that it then breaks the Aegis and takes away this like simple siege tactic that
Radiant
they have.
are scanning.
Now they have to lean back a little bit and wait themselves for this BKB on the troll. They're going to smoke into VP Prodigy right now, maybe using the Hawk vision here, it looks like, kind of seeing the movement coming up from VP Prodigy.
Yeah. And
And that is the real PL going to break this smoke.
God, he's crazy. He just walks in on it and doesn't care. They have vision up here on this high ground, but there is already a Radiant Sentry Ward down. Yet to be determined if they're going to be able to kill it all.
Radiant's
Time they should
bottom
send it
tower
over.
is
Roar
under
there
attack.
on the low ground. They find the Rubik. Stop the turn back
Dire's
around for
top
BM, and then the
tower is
Stampede to
under
get
attack.
away. Everybody else needs to retreat as they've already lost that Rubik, and control coming from Yapsor. DM, no more
Double
Stampede.
kill.
He's in trouble. He's dead.
Stop saving your buddies. Do not run in there. Oracle and Razor were
Radiant's
so
turret
far away
has
from
been
that.
Yeah.
That was a good play from
Dire's
Zai.
top tower is under
Just recognized
attack.
that they were split up because they were pressuring that top tower. I think they were maybe waiting for Nisha and trying to gank him, but with those two heroes, they could have killed him anyways. So I'm not sure. Maybe they were just trying to pressure the tower.
Oh. Then, let's get this hot. They see the real puppy
Radiant's
now.
middle tower is under attack.
And they're gonna try and slow this down, and it looks like they're gonna be able to do it to some extent. Burning through the mana of Matumba Man. It's really frustrating for him, and he's still pretty far away from that BKB too, that you were talking about. Do they chase him? They run the puppy. He's underneath the vision. They find him. Bash, stunned. Is he gonna go down though? Do they have the Fiend script? They don't. On the other side of it, Ein gonna walk away from Zai. Puppy will die. It looks like they get out with Zai and also Matumba Man.
Wow. Stave was almost there. With Aetherland's telekinesis, I can't believe he couldn't reach there. That was super close. But yeah, Zai just went for the backline play. They tried to bring down Ein, but they couldn't force it in between the Beastmaster and the Tinker, so forced his TP out. Now you have to start lurking with the Echo. They gotta be careful here.
Oh, danger, danger. Ein, he's revealed. The fissure only hits onto one, but it's a big one. Stomp there onto two, trying to control you. Second to lift up. On top of them. Yeah, so he's still hanging onto that Echo, waiting for his opening. Zai is going to die to Ein. So they come in, or rather to save, they come in and get one last finish there onto Zai.
Wow.
So didn't find it.
Yeah, he was waiting for the BKB to end on the Razor, I think, because he wanted to make like the big play. But I thought he was going to find Save there, but Save just blinking out in time as well. Nice patience there, just kind of poking apart the
Radiant's
Puppy is
top
just
tower
in,
is under
feels
attack.
invincible with his Glimmer Cape, and I guess he's going to be correct because he gets out.
Insane.
These Hawks are just crazy. They're just everywhere. This talent is so busted. Like, he's dead, and there's still just like Hawks lurking around the map right now.
I really think that it's one of the ones that like gets overlooked. 6 armor sounds good, but like basically double Hawk vision all the time is nutty.
It's just like pro games too, because they're so good at playing off of the assumed vision of their opponent and like skirting the very edge of fog of war. And when you manipulate that in any way, like that's why vision heroes are so often talked about them when it comes to drafting. They take away some of your like preconceived notions of how a fight should be set up, because then it's just like this stupid hawk in a spot where there shouldn't be one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. And it means that, like you're saying, it helps even more for this hero that relies upon vision like a Tinker so much. Granted, it's still a really close game, and this could go either way. But it's starting to feel like Secret are hitting their stride at least a little bit.
I know we talked about like the deep wards being kind of broken now because you see all these couriers. The Hawk is like the exact same thing. Like it's also just spotting these couriers like flying up here and back. I mean, they also have an observer ward right on FN's face, so that kind of helps too. So they're gonna know that DM is completely alone here.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Nice.
Killing spree.
Pick up for him. So 30-minute mark, they will not be able to claim both outposts.
Yeah, he tried the sneaky one.
Radiant are scanning.
Got a medium-sized Roche timer here.
Radiant's top tower is under
30
attack.
seconds.
Dire's middle
Looks like
tower
it's a
is
trade-off
under
of 3
attack.
bounty runes apiece, while Secret are going to try and claim this tier 1 tower, one of
Radiant's
the ones
top
that gives you
tower
that
has
great
fallen.
ability to enter back into a fight with a buyback fighting for Roche.
Yeah, this seems pretty bad. I feel like Secret have this Roche for free. This looks like it's going to be very difficult to contest.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They found Lucian. He's dead.
Well, that's
Radiant structures are fortified.
oh, stolen rearm too from save.
Oh my god. That sounds insane.
Yeah, I think he got chain stunned. Yeah, he got telekinesis twice.
Oh my god.
And fade bolted twice.
The baller. All right.
Hard to do this on Rubik. He actually has a lot of mana for a Rubik though, because he has the Aether Lens too. So he's got 1650. That's not too bad. It's a pricey ulti at 300. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can get a couple rounds of it out at least for the telekinesis if he doesn't use the Fade Bolt too. So we'll have to watch and wait and see. Roche is available now, and they need to take this outpost first. So Aina's going to come and take that one over while the rest of them back out. The scan did hit for a moment on the Roche pit. Rounds 2. They got the lift again. Pull him back down. And he is dead.
Dire's
And now
middle
Stampede
tower is
running
under
in.
attack.
DM yellow crazy. They find Puppy. Punches are coming. It's just terrible. Epileptic kid shows up. They buy back on Zai. Wanting to get into this fight. Puppy gonna nightmare himself to try and stay alive, but the illusions are on him slowly and steadily trying to burn him down. It does look like he's gonna be able to make the escape. Possibly, yes. He lives.
And they're gonna all escape now from VP Prodigy too. So this buyback not paying anything for Zai. And now if they can pick him off, that Roche fight will be suddenly going from like very nice and kind of easy for
Dire's
Secret
bottom
to
tower is under attack.
extremely difficult without the vision. Like the Hawks just makes such a huge difference in the damage output that you're gonna get out of this Beastmaster. And they're starting to set up with a lot of sentry wards around here too. And that's a nice thing about the Oracle as well. With the 360 damage of the Purifying Flames, you can just like nuke down these Hawks pretty fast.
Yeah, if they can spot him at least, it's really good. But Secret, they run right into Roche themselves. They want to try and get this Aegis and sneak it. Are they going to get this for free? It feels like they have an idea. Yeah, throwing one illusion in, but it's going down really quickly. There's the nightmare. You got to get in there, guys. It's going. He's taking it down. Himself, though. He comes up with Aegis still on the ground. Nobody picked it up. Get the Aegis, somebody, anybody, pick up the freaking Aegis. And Matu picks it up in the end. They managed to take out DM. He's still barely alive, and Nisha coming in for round 2.
Double kill.
Slam lands on all of them. VPP are all going to get dropped with no more BKBs. They outlasted them. Secret, 6 stuff.
Oh, that's not how you like to see it happen. Excellent play by Secret to sneak that one out there and just force a bad fight at a VP Prodigy. They weren't prepped. They didn't have everyone there. The Rays are not instantly able to just like get in there with a BKB. Really gonna hurt them. And same thing with Heavy Kids too. It's like, oh man, it can be so different if he gets that Aegis too.
I can't believe that Poppy was able to find the right PL in the midst of all of that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's pretty wild there.
Yeah. With all the illusions,
Radiant's
trying to run
top
into
tower
it,
is falling.
but it didn't work out. And now
Radiant's
4,000
top
gold lead, and all of a
barracks are
sudden,
under
Secret knocking on the front doors, and now they got the
Radiant's
Aegis, they've
top
got Tinker
barracks
behind
has
him.
fallen.
I don't know how you hold this at this point. Like,
Radiant's top
the biggest
barracks
deterrent
has
is going to be that
fallen.
tier 2 tower mid, which won't be there for too long, I don't think. Secret gonna play it a little bit more
Radiant's
safe, send
middle
Poppy
tower
back
is under
to
attack.
take down this outpost first.
Yeah, so his fresh ward just gets killed by the creep wave.
Oof.
That's annoying. Oh man. Excellent play from Secret
Radiant
now.
are scanning.
In terms of like their next game plan, they just kind of hold. Like they just keep the same thing going, play off their Tinker, because you know THINKERING Project is going to be looking to pick off Tinker now.
Right.
They're starting to work on this the Shiva's Guard for FN. That's going to be the hunting item for the Tinker. Picking off Zai would be another good way to go about this as well, because they know that he doesn't have buyback. That could still give them an avenue to take a Rax potentially.
Okay.
Because they've gone for this Aghanim Scepter on FN, which is somewhat risky. Because I don't want to fight the troll Aegis, that's for sure.
Just like the triple blink dagger away, sorry.
Yeah, now the Ags is like, it's really good for the potential of actually getting high ground, because I mean, you're against a Tinker. Like, it's so impossible to high ground, right? Because you don't have any way to right click, he just constantly keeps like zapping you, and you can't pressure and everything. So having the passive damage, or well, I guess the active damage of the Eye of the Storm is really going to help.
Yeah. I was just realizing that it's 4 blink daggers in PL that they've got. So like, if they do find somebody like this on the Double Man, you got an opening to close on him if they want. But DM might have bitten off more than he can chew. The control is there. Lotus Orb on him for the moment, but Puppy still has it. Save coming for the false promise. He wasn't in range. So DM will be able to make his escape.
Radiant's
Lord
middle
Stolen
tower
again
is
for
under
Rubik.
attack. Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, I guess
has
that's another thing,
fallen.
is that he's constantly spamming out these Hawks and Boars. He's just like maybe narrowly missing out on covering it every time because the cooldown's just not there when he wants it.
Well, another push is coming through now, and this time VPP need to find a way to stop the pressure of Matamba Man up front and center, and the Tinker behind him. Still a minute and a half left on this Aegis. It is so hard to stop this. They got the Fiend's Grip and the Roll. Roll stolen, strolling back over onto Troll Warlord, and now it's the Fiend's Grip too. Double ulti, double the fun. Save. Ready to grip Matamba Man in a second here. I don't know if they know this yet.
Yeah, but the Aegis is still a minute left.
Gotta be careful about overextending on a Matamba Man and then getting punished afterwards. And they're trying to burn through it before they have to commit the Fiend's Grip. Save on the other side, looking for an opening here. He does have the grip if he wants on him.
Radiant's bottom
The jump in, save, going to be saved, but I thought he found Nisha. Secret gonna pop his DKB and the Glimmer Cape. They're trying to keep on Echo onto nothing. They bring down the Matamba Man. Save still alive, has already used the Fiend's Grip one time. So they bought enough space to take down that Aegis. Tier 3 tower is down. Continued control. Matamba Man beat into this Melee Rex, and they just don't feel like they have enough in the tank. DM stun comes out, trying to bring him down. Glimmer Cape, can they do it? Trying to find it. It's not quite there. And Secret are gonna back out now.
They have Stampede.
Wow.
That's gotta be tempting right now if you're THINKERING Prodigy.
It's so hard. Still 7,000 gold lead for Secret after they take down the tier 3, but they are going to show patience and back out.
And now we move on to another round of neutral items. Is there anything here that can help us hunt that Tinker? Or even just, like, what are our big items this time? Oh, the old Spell Prism. That's a good one.
Double damage.
Some of these
Maybe.
cooldowns.
Maybe get really lucky with Flicker. Just like really, really lucky. You find the Tinker.
Radiant's bottom
That would be
barracks
quite
are
with the
under
flicker.
attack.
Yeah.
Man, they committed a ton of issue down here for that team fight. Probably because they were just blasting all the Hawks down with the Purifying Flames and the Sentries.
And this ward just outside of the vision right now. So,
Zai got the Spell Prism too.
oh god.
And that's look how good Faded Broach is, guys. Like, he still has it on Nisha because of how important his mana pool just is.
Huh. That blows my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it makes sense though. Like, the way the Tinker plays, what else does he need? He just needs mana for spamming these spells.
maybe like status resistance, but that's way better on the troll, the Titan Sliver. Yeah, there isn't really that much else that, I mean, at least with these items,
Radiant
it feels like it'd be worth it. So 40-minute mark coming up soon. Secret holding both of those outposts. Epileptic Kid, he is level 23. His 25 might make a difference in this game.
Oh, it definitely does in like every game. I mean, I actually don't know what he'll go for. I would be curious if he went for the damage.
Really? Why do you like the damage?
Because of the Tinker, right? Like if he hits the Aghanims. I don't know. And that's what I mean. Like I could definitely see him just going for the PL illusions, because the PL illusions are completely busted and they're good. But we've had like PLs that prefer the damage before, and I don't know if that makes a big enough difference when it comes to this like constant clear.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
They
attack.
got him controlled. Major comes out as well, able to interrupt that one. Evan is in the section to try and stay alive. Epileptic Kid finds Nisha yet again, trying to control Titan. They can't quite get it. So they had to buy back on that Rubik, seeing if they can bring down the drawer. Nightmare saved for the moment, but he is going to die. That false promise making all the difference in the world as they traded off their lives. DM will go down. Nisha low on mana, but he manages to live.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, that is a Razor with no buyback, though. Didn't have the gold for it. Although the bounty runes are up, if they can grab some, they'd be able to get it for him as they chase down after Yasuo, who will be getting out of here and probably going to clean up both these bottom bounty runes, too. It looks like that's going to be a 4-0, as well as all the Opos in Secret's favor. So the rich get quite a bit richer in both gold and XP at the moment.
Yeah, that's what they needed, definitely. Shadowblade picked up for Yapsor now too, so they're getting into this next tier of items. Has the echo damage. That last echo slam from him didn't look amazing, but this one is going to do a lot more. And if he finds like any opening onto these heroes, Tinker's showing up immediately afterwards, just going to destroy. Dude, they got him caught. All right. Steals himself a nice little enchant totem and then backs away.
That sentry in the trees was like barely saving, save there.
Oh. These are back up in 24 seconds. Ooh, Aether Lens picked up for Puppy. Nine? Hello.
That's the classic. I just really needed that one ward down.
Right? Exactly. Immediately dewarded.
Meanwhile, there's another observer right here in front of their base, another one in their base.
Yeah.
This guy's going out to the cliffs.
It's a tough one. So, still trying to buy time for that PL level 25. As far as Secret are concerned, they still are like a terrifying just blob of death. They took the 80 laser damage instead of the heat-seeking missile stun. I'm a little surprised by that, Venetia. I guess there's so many
the illusions. Yeah. I think it's just all about that spam. I mean, his illusions aren't that tanky either, though. Yeah, he doesn't have like a heart or anything. And yeah, he's going for the big one. I like this. I wholeheartedly approve of Rapier Dota.
Okay.
Why Rapier get next Roche? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Roche is free right now for Secret, and it's the Aghanims.
Roshan has fallen to the down.
Forget it. Yeah, let's go.
He's taking it. Who else? Top lane. DM found. Is he gonna get killed off? Don't get the TP out of there.
He was roaring.
Interesting.
I guess he just didn't get quite in range in time.
Radiant are scanning.
Our VPP still don't have their neutral items yet. I guess they haven't really gotten out on the map. They picked up a Prince's Knife now. Ooh, Minotaur Horn is nice. That's great for PL. If that's what you want.
All of them in their base? No one wants like the Princess Knife or something? I feel like they've had the Princess Knife for a while.
Yeah. So how do these fights need to go for VPP? Like, normally I'd say like find the Tinker, but we've even seen that sometimes that isn't working out. Like, is that pretty much the name of the game? Just try and burst him down?
Well, do we have any? I guess they don't know anything about buybacks at this point. I mean, I feel like buybacks would be the only thing you really could target. You definitely can't just go all in on Matu unless you feel like you can drain him and then ignore him. That's like the best case scenario, it feels like at this point.
Yeah.
It's just incredibly difficult. Some sort of a backstab play where you grab a support or two to kick things off, but yeah. It feels like you just need that crazy option, right? You need like the Rapier on PL. That's like the only way you can win these fights. Yeah. So he's just not even home right now.
trying to finish it off. He's what, 500 gold away from getting it.
Radiant's bottom.
It's an all-in play. You got to make it at this point in time in the game. And he's going to get his 25 off of this too. So 25 and the rapier done. This could be a big moment for them if they can make the play. Picks up a spell prism also, sends it off the other direction. Gonna send those illusions out, clearing through the last little bit of these creeps.
Oh my god, he's doing the math. He's like, I just need 200 gold, come on.
Oh, it's right there. And would love to get his 25 too. So he gets 25, gets the rapier, and they still haven't pushed this tier 3 tower all the way down yet on Secret.
And he didn't assemble it.
Down are scanning.
How does it look? Chasing,
Radiant's
looking.
middle tower has
They
fallen.
take down that tier 3, have not decided to go all in for these racks yet.
And he's got the doppelganger. It took a
Radiant's
second.
courier
He's like,
has
all
been
right.
killed.
I definitely like the idea of the survivability.
Razor just lost. I guess that was just the Mystic stuff. He didn't have the Sheep Guard done anyways. It was 650 gold away. But 3.5 minutes, it's going to be on the sidelines.
Levophobia. Does that mean he's afraid of being telekinesis?
Probably.
Or is he afraid of buying Lenovo's?
Whatever he is. He's not afraid of alt-tabbing and alt-clicking on things. All right, we got the 20-second cooldown on Stampede. And it feels like they've kind of hit a point where they can hold out. Still haven't assembled that rapier. Wait.
Wait. He's hiding it?
Money.
What?
Where is it?
Did it?
Where's his
Wait.
courier?
Wait a minute. His courier's back here at base. What happened to it? Where? He had enough gold for it, surely, right?
Did he sell it?
Oh, I hope not. I really hope he didn't misclick on disassemble or unclick the thing, you know? The
Because he had it locked, right?
Yeah, but if he went to unlock, because he had
Oh
the
my.
relic, did he have the relic locked?
Yeah, he has it.
And he might have accidentally, when he went to unlock it, sold it? Is that a possibility?
I don't know. That seems so unlikely, but I don't have another explanation. I can't find it hidden anywhere.
I think he accidentally sold his rapier.
Oh, wow. Here I was calling a smart crack for the lock play.
Oh my god, if that happens. Because there's no other reason to queue up another one. It's definitely not on his courier. Jump in, hoof stomp onto the troll, trying to control. If nothing else, they need to hold this out as long as possible
Radiant's
so he can
middle
finish off this relic.
is fallen.
Because right now, he does not have it. Oh, they'll take off the sleep of DM. Man. Whatever the case, he does not have a rapier right now, and he sold it.
No rapier.
Oh, God. Oh, misclick. The most famous misclicks. Oh, troll trying to run away. He's rooted. They don't care. They don't need to worry about anything now. BKB, he's just going to walk forward, punch this guy down,
Radiant's
take
middle
it out. It's about to expire in 17 seconds. Now would be the perfect time to try and take the fight, but it is not going to be enough. Oof.
Radiant are scanning.
It's all right. He's got it now, guys. He's got the gold.
Wow. Well, he has buyback.
The game's like so impossible anyway.
Yeah, they gotta go out 5.
Regeneration.
Oh,
He's
nice
gonna-
word up on the hydrant.
And then the jump away.
Here's my word, Dave.
Try and get in there. All right, don't lock it this time. They got it. Here's online.
Oh, they grip the illusion.
Okay. There's a win. Oh, save.
Mega
Gets
kill.
Lord. He's dead. God. Unbelievable. Well, 29,000 gold lead now, and Virtus Prodigy needing to find a way to win this game. I don't know where it's at. I mean, I guess this rapier 25 is the biggest thing that they can do. He does have that doppelganger cooldown.
I mean, in the end, it just came down to like, you know, Sticker played a very good game. I mean, Viva Prodigy didn't play like a horrible game, but at some point, you just don't have Tinker counters.
Sleep on sleep action. They're controlling Real Epileptic Kid. Back away by a Yapsor. Trying to live.
It's like free sword games or free Tinker games. The shortest sign of how free the game was is when they feed like 3 or 4 times for no reason, and they still just look unstoppable. And that's exactly what Nietzsche did in this game. Like, you get too aggressive a couple times, and there was just no punishment from VP Prodigy because they don't have a way to actually like, if he plays reserved and like perfect with the hero, you know, just like a little bit laid back, it just feels so difficult for them to play some Dota.
Right. Yeah, and that's basically all that they needed to do. And now we're at this situation that we kind of knew we would find ourselves in, where BPP stuck in their base, every lane's going to be pushed out, and Secret's like net worth and experience is just going to balloon up. We are close to that 50-minute mark, so one more round of shrines and bounty runes. Is anybody that's close to another level 25 or anything like that? Razor got his, so the Eye of the Storm passive damage went up quite significantly. Smoke up immediately.
Almost.
It's pretty hype. Who do they find? Zai? Yeah, and he's gonna go down. Control. It still just takes so long for them to kill off Zai. Nightmare save for the second. Four-step again. Zigzags his way to death as Matsuda.
They're unstoppable.
In a ton of trouble. Dead. Control. No, but the cheese comes out in time. And then Yapsor stalking, ready to jump. Echo slam onto that PL. Fisher for the secondary stun. All the control in that
Radiant's
world.
middle tower
Is he going to be able to get away from there? Evan trying to buy a little bit more space for his carry. False promise in the last second. Now he's going to jump underneath.
Radiant's
trying to bring
middle
him down.
tower is falling.
Pistol blade control.
Radiant's
Radiant jumps in at the last second. Yapsor saving yet another life as they will bring down the PL. Rapier on deck, and GG is called.
Tried to hide it in the pit, you know? Maybe they won't know where the Rapier went.
Team
Team
Secret.
Secret. Excellent
Victory.
game from the left. Fantastic final pick from the Tinker. You got to appreciate when teams are able to pull out